make sure all the colors are correct, and that type of thing. So just to give you an idea of lighting, this is a hotel room that I photographed, and it looks pretty natural, but this particular hotel room was extremely, extremely, extremely dark. It was it was dark to the point of difficulty. So to pull that off, but at the same time make it look natural, let me show you the placements of those lights. All of the little red segments that you see in this picture is these little lights. It's a little, small light about the size of a cell phone. It puts out about 4 watts of power. I'm actually thinking about selling them. So if this is something that you're thinking, man, I want one of those lights Kirk uses, contact me and I'll let you know within the next few months whether it's something I'm actually going to start selling or not. Anyway, but you notice that there's a light in the bathroom, inside the shower, in that green shower. On the other side of the bathtub, there's a light right there lighting up that room. There's a light on the back side of the bed, and you can kind of see the shadows from that light lighting up the tree and casting shadows on the wall. You can see that there's a light under the bed, making a separation of the bed. You can see that there's a light on the other side of the sofa to the right, and you can see a little bit of a shine on that cabinet there. To the left, just underneath that that table with the fruit, is a light that the table is actually blocking the light, and you can see the shine on the television. So those are all the little light positions that I had to use. Then, of course, the other lights, the lights that are on the edge of the bed and across the ceiling, all of those lights are being used. And then the camera, this was a multiple second exposure. The camera takes the image and it all comes together to produce this image. And so all of this helps to make separation, but at the same time, when you look at it, when you look at the finished image, you don't necessarily think, my God, look at all the lights that it took to photograph this. So a lot of times these continuous lights are really cool because you can there's light, they're battery operated, you can change the color on it to match the color of the existing lights that are in the room, and you can just kind of throw them in different spots to create these neat little different separations. In my MLS system, which I assume is like most all MLS systems, there are 4 images that you absolutely have to take when it comes to the photography. You have to take a picture of the front of the house, you have to take a picture of the back of the house, you have to take a picture of the kitchen, and you have to take a picture of the living room. So these are the absolute 4 minimal pictures that you have to take. And I do have a 4 image minimum package. I charge literally $49 for that. Rarely does anybody get it because for $99 I'll shoot 12. So most people opt for that $99. Plus the 99 sounds much cooler than 49. And there's back to the power of 99. But you absolutely, when it comes to shot list, people ask me all the time, well, what shots do you take, Kirk? Well, you have to shoot these 4. But on a typical 12 image shoot that I do, besides these 4 shots, I shoot, 2 aerials, the front of the house and the back of the house. That's part of the requirement. Of course, the kitchen, part of the requirement. Living room, part of the requirement. And if the kitchen, living room go together like it's an open floor plan, I photograph that. If they don't, then I reserve that shot for something like a pool or an extra bedroom, or a lot of times master bathrooms require an extra shot. Then, over and above that, I make sure I photograph the master bath, and then in most houses are 3 bedrooms, so that's 2 more bedrooms, and then most houses are another bathroom, and I photograph that bathroom. And when you add that up, that totals 12 images, and for that we charge $99. If 12 images is not enough, then I tell them it goes by square footage. Okay, a small house is $150. A medium house is $200, and a large house is $250. And for those scenarios, I don't put a minimum on the images. I just simply shoot until I'm finished. So if the kitchen needs 2 images, I shoot 2. If the living room needs 2 images, I do 2, and so on and so forth. So that's how the process works. Now, this particular slide is here because I'm anticipating at this point people are going to start having questions. And one of the biggest questions I think you're going to have is, what do you do if it rains? I'm so happy you asked, because in South Louisiana, where I'm from, it rains a lot. And frankly, if it rains, you're going to get wet. That's what happens. But this image is not fake. My wife photographed this while we were out shooting, because there I was in the middle of the rain, so dark and so rainy that the street lights were on, with my umbrella and my camera, taking a picture of the house. And it's cool. What happens is that when it rains, because of rain falling at what is known as terminal velocity, it doesn't photograph. And in the Photoshop class segment of this movie, post-production movie that I'm doing, you can actually see me work some images that were done in the rain and how I had nice, pretty blue skies. And of course, you're going to hear it from sellers a lot that they want lots of natural light in the pictures. And I just thought this was a hilarious image. Me, I don't worry, I got you. And just once, I just want to plop down some natural light beer all over the counter and deliver it to them and say, "Oh, I thought you said you wanted natural light in the pictures." But anyway, also going along with what happens if it rains is this. This is one of the beautiful things about rain, and I am currently doing this, and probably in the future, just to give you an idea how I'm always changing. In a year from now, you ask me if I'm still giving away these for free, the answer is going to be no. I'm now doing something else. I'm always changing, always adapting to the times. But in both of these images, it was raining. And what I do is, because it's raining, there are really no, hard lines, no sun streaks, and that type of stuff. So replacing the sky with another sky is super easy, and generating an image that has all sorts of warmth and darkening out the foreground is real super easy. So I can produce an image that I shot during the day that looks like I shot it at twilight. So that's another advantage to when someone says, "Well, what are we going to do if it rains?" I say, you're going to get a cool extra shot. And it relieves the tension, and it allows me to keep doing my job, which is producing cool pictures. And everything is super time sensitive, and if someone cancels because of rain, well, where am I going to stick them? Because, they're in a hurry to get the pictures in, and tomorrow I'm booked, and the day after I'm booked, and so, it would be better, just let me do the job. Let me do the photography and produce some awesome images. Okay, so now let's talk about video for a little while. There's all sorts of segments and all different things and different opinions when it comes to video. I do not consider myself a videographer. However, I do offer some video add-ons. And so let's talk about some of the equipment that I use. I use the Ronin S, DJI Ronin S, which is that cool stabilizing stand that you can put a camera on. When I put the Fuji X Pro 2 camera and the 14mm lens, this is what I shoot video with. And I use that particular camera because it is just super, super light. I also put the Matterport MC250 Pro 2 camera in this video segment because while it is not a video camera, what it produces is those 3D tours. It allows me to create these 3D tours that, you charge customers for. And it does kind of create a 3D video effect, so that's why I have it in here. I again use the Gitzo carbon fiber tripod as part of when I put that Matterport camera on. To do my video editing, I use Final Cut Pro 10 and I use triple scoop music. Just to give you an idea, we're not really going to go into a big long explanation of how I do my videos and stuff. Instead, I just figured I would show you a sample 2-minute video. Now what you're about to see will last for 2 minutes only. And there's also another one that I included as on the post-production items that you can watch. But here is a sample of a movie. All right, so that's just a sample, literally 2-minute video if you clocked it. And the reason I say 2 minutes is because, you probably noticed your attention span ran out at about 15, 20 seconds. So you might have fast forwarded through it. Now, to give you an idea what I mean by Matterports, in case you do not know what I'm talking about, this little short video is a video that Matterport generates that you can use as like a Facebook teaser. But you can literally click and drag and move around these rooms in a three-dimensional environment. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. See how you can look all the way around? It makes these cool dollhouse things. And this is my studio, just to show you, And so you can then click, and move from room to room to room. So that's an example of what I mean by Matterport. So now let's talk about additional sales. Business headshots is a natural derivative of real estate photography. Real estate agents need business headshots, and they need them about once a year, I find. So it's a beautiful thing to offer to real estate agents. In fact, the 4 pictures across the top, 3 pictures across the top, and the Photoshop one is one of my best ever email campaigns. I explained, how you don't want to look too mad, you don't want to take a selfie as a business headshot, you don't want to have too many props like telephones, and you don't want your images to be overly photoshopped. So, and then I showed some good images like the girl in blue here. And I think that it's hilarious because the reputation of real estate agents is they look like the lady you see here in the lower left-hand corner with the caption that says, "Who said real estate profession was stressful? I'm 48 and feel great." So they look like that, but they want their picture to look like the girl in blue. Okay? But that's kind of the reputation. But we as professional photographers can give them whatever they want. If they literally look like the lady on the left, but they want to look like the one on the right, hey man, it's just a little bit of Photoshop, It can happen. Another additional sale that you'll notice that'll come from real estate photography is family portraits. In many circumstances, people consider the home that they live in as being part of the family. And they want their images done in the home because the home it represents family. Real estate agents also are family people, and they want family images. So it's going to be a natural side business of real estate photography is that you'll notice that your family portrait work goes up. Another great additional sale is high resolution files. In my area, the files have to be 1600 pixels on the long side. But sometimes they want the high resolution files for things like brochures or billboards or things like that. So those high res files, almost 6,000 pixels on the long side, serve me no purpose. They're just a means to create the 1600 pixels images. So they serve me no purpose whatsoever. So they're just sitting in my computer. So I've created a $75 add-on to where for $75 you can have the high resolution file. So if someone pays me $99 and then gives me another $75 for the high res files, well, great. I made an extra $75. So I'm always looking for little things that you can add in as additional sales to bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. Gift cards. This is another thing. If you're not offering gift cards, you need to, because it's unbelievable how many gift cards people buy and never redeem them. I got several right now. I mean, several. To where people have bought the gift card for business headshots and real estate jobs, and my friend's selling their house, let me get them a gift card. They never come and exchange. They never use the gift card. I got the money. I never had to do the work. So that's another great add-on that you can offer. Gift albums is another really cool thing that you can offer to your clients. Gift albums. So, because as mentioned before, many people consider the home as part of the family. Older couples, the kids are married, the grandkids, they're looking to get close to the grandkids, but their home that they raised their family in, it's a precious memory. Well, guess what? The really, really good real estate agents will have a nice album made of that home when it sells and give it to them as a gift. Here, boo, I know the family home, it was always important to you, and I made this nice little album for you. And what I try to do is make these things around $50 to $75. That's what I want to sell it for. So, go through the H&H booth or look up on the H&H website of the different albums that they offer that you can pick up and then turn around and sell for $50 to $75. This is the kind of album. And it's super easy to set up. I mean, it's just one picture per page, send it to the lab, done. Okay? Gift albums. And then corporate events. You'll also learn that real estate agents, they love to party, okay? And they're always having some kind of corporate event, whether it's a party to raise money for this or a party to raise money for that, or they're having an awards banquet or something along those lines that they're offering. And they're going to want these different things photographed. Now, whenever they have an awards type banquet or event like that, I'll offer to do it for free because it puts me in close proximity with all of these different real estate agents when they're at a happy moment. Gives me a chance to exchange business cards, do a little hobnobbing and handshaking, and I do it again for free. And I give them the images of the ones who received the awards. I give that to them for free because, again, I want them to perceive me as the good guy, as the guy who's there to help them in their business. And if you're really, really, really good at what you do, you'll find that you'll eventually be asked to do some really cool work, which I like to call resort photography. And resort photography is exactly what it sounds like. It's the same thing as what you're doing with houses and such, where you photograph in rooms and bedrooms and exteriors, but now they want you to photograph the whole resort. And many times these resorts are in really cool exotic places. This just is a quick example of some of the is one resort that I photographed just recently in Cancun, Mexico, and it was truly, truly a lot of fun. So I hope this helps some people to understand what it takes to be a real estate photographer. The next little segment is all about post-production. It's all about what happens in Bridge and Photoshop and how, presets and actions and all that type of stuff that goes into the putting together of all this into a finalized type image. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask those questions to me on the Pro Forum. I love hearing from you, and let me wish you the best and hope you do a great job as a real estate photographer.